Alright, you don't need to touch me.
Relax before you catch another charge.
Thursday, August 11th, 2022. Flagler County, Florida. The county sheriff's office received a call from a distressed woman crying as she reported that a co-worker was assaulting her daughter. Authorities were dispatched to locate the woman and get her side of the story. And as more calls began to come in, the situation started to seem truly alarming. A child appeared to be in danger. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
How's it going? Hi. I'm here to check on, is it the daughter? Is Priscilla here?
Yes.
Okay, can I talk with her?
Yes.
For a second?
How are you guys today?
All right, how are you? Who are you to Priscilla?
Boy.
You're Priscilla's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, and Priscilla's daughter's here as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. 40 Alpha Delta Lima 0
Hello.
Hello. Can I help you?
So we're here, I guess, is there an issue with your daughter or something?
Nope.
No? Is your daughter home?
Nope.
No? Nope. Okay. Alright, do you want us to go any further with what we're doing?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, turn around for me.
What's going on?
The suspect, identified as Priscilla Jocelyn Florentino, stepped out to meet the officers at her front door. Her responses were short, and she adopted a defiant stance in front of the officers. She refused to allow them to speak with her daughter and didn't seem willing to talk about what had happened. But how bad was it really for her to try and flee from the authorities?
Let me go.
No, we can't let you go.
They just want to talk. You don't gotta.
Alright, he don't need to touch me.
Okay, guys.
He don't need to.
Let's back out.
Then
I want to
We
stand
understand.
up.
stop.
Do not talk.
Then stop touching me.
Okay, please just let me back. Check it up alone. Check it up alone. Check it up alone. Look, check it. Okay, get up.
Then
Get
stop
up.
touching me. Go.
Okay, stop.
Stop.
Then let me
You
go.
don't have a choice.
Let me go.
Calm down and get.
Can you stop? Please stop. For me. I know, but for me, please.
Listen, if she
Let me
catches...
go.
They just want to talk.
So tell her to let me go.
Can you just like, for like 2 seconds.
My
There you
hands
go,
are
there
off
you
you.
go. Now get up and talk civilized. Come, talk civilized.
I'm talking.
Okay.
What's up?
Stand up.
You guys see
I don't need to stand up. I don't need to stand up.
Baby. Can you guys tell me what's going on first?
Yes, we will. Stand up.
She's being detained. She's being
Baby,
detained right now.
detain
Relax before you
them.
catch another charge.
You're not catching nothing, babe. Are you really
I know
Baby,
right.
baby, are you kidding me? Mi amor.
Reason to arrest me.
Baby,
You're not under arrest.
you're not under arrest.
All right, so let me go.
They're gonna detain you to talk to you,
Yo,
babe.
si ellos me lleven a la
Ellos no te van a llevar, no la van a llevar, ¿verdad?
va a ser tú.
No, ellos van a venir.
La presión.
Oh, no, it's
Yo
not.
te estoy en fianza.
Ya.
Tú me la jodiste.
Yo no
me
te
la
jodí
jodiste.
nada.
Lárgate de mi casa.
Mi amor, yo no jodí
Lárgate de mi
nada.
casa, porque tú bien sabías que no le tenías que dar mi nombre.
Yo no le di ningún
Lárgate.
nombre.
Si tú dices, yo no vivo aquí, yo no sé nada.
Tú no, mi amor.
Lárgate de mi casa.
Stop.
Lárgate de mi casa.
Listen.
Que yo me las tengo que arreglar ahora. Lárgate.
You guys, can you tell me what's going on,
Yes,
please?
that's what we were trying to do in the first place.
Please,
Okay?
habla conmigo.
So,
Talk to me.
right now she's being secured in
Just-
lieu of a criminal investigation. Okay.
No investigation de qué? Of what?
All right, we have
Ellos te iban a
another
buscar
deputy
no
on the
matter
way
what.
to explain,
Right? Te
okay?
iban a buscar
Yo
no
no
matter
tenía que
what.
abrir la maldita puerta.
Criminal, okay.
Okay, let's go outside.
But criminal, okay.
The right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Have you previously requested any law enforcement officer to allow you to speak to an attorney?
No, sir.
With these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What happened at the time? you start me from the beginning?
I was at work. I left the hotel because I was going through my daughter's phone. Because yesterday was her first day of school, and she turned off her phone on me. She didn't come home till about 8:30. She's 12 years old. And I took her phone from her, and I went through it this morning. As I'm at work, I see what was going on. I asked my boss if he need permission to leave to go pick her up out of school. Picked her up out of school. I brought her back to work with me. I stopped here at home. I grabbed my clippers, and I cut her. And I told her, do you understand why I'm doing this? She said, yes, because it's not the first time you do it. This is the third time I have cut her hair because she wants to be doing things that are not age appropriate for her age. That's what it really comes down to. I'm not going to beat her. I'm not going to punish her. I'm not going to lock her up. I'm going to take away what hurts her the most. Her hair. She loves her hair. Her hair is her thing because she knows it makes her look beautiful. So I said, guess what? Now you have no hair. That's your punishment. And that was it. And the people at the hotel, I know who it was. It was Monica. I don't know her last name. And I know where she lives. She came in to ask me a question. She said, oh my God, what are you doing? And I said, Monica, do me a favor, mind your business. And she said, oh my God, you need to pray. You need to do this. You need to do that. I said, do me a favor. She's not your daughter. Mind your business. And she said, but you cut her hair. You cut her hair. Mind your fucking business. And she left. And then that was it. And then my boss called me. He said, what are you doing? I said, I told you what I'm doing. I picked up my daughter and I'm cutting her hair. He said, from a parent's perspective, I understand what you're going through. He said, do me a favor, just chill out. I said, I'm not hitting her because there's cameras all over the hotel. I said, I'm not hitting her, nothing. You could run them cameras and check it. He said, all right, just chill out. I said, yeah, I'm cool. I stopped. I cut her hair. I cleaned up the mess. That was it. She was sitting there. I was sitting there. And then the same person that called, she was like, you need to go because you're scaring everyone. I said, I just spoke to my boss. I don't need to go because of you. So I called him. I said, Daniel, you want me to go, whatever? He said, no, you're fine. She called someone else. I don't know who she called. At that point, I guess it was Daniel's superior. And he said, how about this? Go home, take the day off, relax, come back tomorrow. I said, all right, cool. That was it. As I'm walking out, the lady that called was like, you go suck. Just the way my daughter sucked. And I walked out. And I guess that's what she did. So that's the story on what happened today. So yes, did I pull my daughter out of school? Yes. Did I speak to the principal today? Yes. Did I speak to her guidance counselor? Yes. Did I tell him everything I told you? Yes. Did I ask for help? Yes. Did I take her to the hotel to cut hair? Yes. Did I beat my daughter? No. Did I touch her? No. The most I did was cut her hair and smack her on the back of her head because I didn't expect this behavior from her. Other than that, you could just strip her butt naked and will not find not one bruise, not one fingerprint, not one anything because I did not hit her.
Priscilla was charged with domestic violence. According to witness statements, she had handcuffed her daughter inside a car in extreme heat, then took her into the hotel where she worked, where she allegedly beat her, shaved her hair, verbally abused the child, and forced a metal rod into her mouth. However, there were several gaps in her statements. She only mentioned cutting her daughter's hair, but repeatedly emphasized that she'd never hit her. But exactly how true is this information, and could there be recordings to back up her version?
She's got a scratch on her cheek. That's fairly new.
Okay.
Okay. So what else happened? Because that's not the only thing.
That was it. I hit her over the head like this. I was like, the f*** is your problem? And I grabbed the clippers and I cut her hair, and that was it.
Okay.
There's cameras in the hotel. You don't even have to believe me. You can
Where'd you
just
cut
run
her
the cameras in the office.
Which office?
And in the main office behind the front desk. Like at the main entrance. There's a camera right there.
Okay. Then why wasn't the haircut on it?
I don't know. I did it right there. I wasn't doing it in front of the camera, but I did it right. I wasn't hiding.
What time were you told to leave work? Approximate. Doesn't have to be exact.
I want to say around 2:15.
Sure.
Anywhere between 2 and 2:30.
So there's one part on the video in that main office where I think you're describing where there's no video from 1:55 until 2:20. Just that camera.
Alright.
That's odd to me with all the
I don't
allegations
have
that are being
access.
made.
I don't have access to the cameras. I don't have no access to the cameras at all. Daniel, the supervisor, I have no access to cameras.
Is there any reason he did them?
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. He's not risking his job for anyone.
So if you cut her hair in the main office, how did you clean the hair?
The vacuum. And hold on, and the rest of the hair is in the trash bag. Like, her hair was long, so like the long hair is in the trash. The remaining little stragglies are in the vacuum. It's a green vacuum with a yellow cord.
Okay. So, one that, I guess if you vacuumed it up, that's why there's no hair in the office.
Okay, but it will be in the vacuum. As long as you go get that vacuum, her hair is in there.
So, there's also hair in the little hallway behind the office.
That's where we were at, that little hallway. Oh, so you went to the hotel. Okay, so you have the front desk, you have that little hallway, and then you have the back space where the 2 tables are.
Yep.
Okay, so that space right there, because remember, I was working front desk. Right there, that space is exactly where I cut her hair. So if you look where that white board is, right in front of that white board is where I did it. I put that chair right in front of the white board and I cut her hair.
Well, the only place that I found hair was in the little hallway,
That's
sitting
that
on
hallway.
sitting on the white boxes. And
Yeah,
the hair I found was like 5-6 feet away from the trash can.
Okay, but that's what I just said. That white box is right by that white board. And that's
So
that same
I'm
hallway.
also being told by numerous people that you were trying to shove a pipe in her mouth, making comments of, "Oh, you want to suck? You can suck on this."
There was no one even in that office when I was cutting her hair. It was just me by myself and her.
I'm not saying you're lying, but I have numerous other people telling me completely different.
No, I was in there by myself. There was no one. If you look back at the cameras aiming at the door. You'll see who walked in and out. It was just
I
me
did.
and her.
And they were in there.
There was no one else in there. Look, watch the time.
I did.
Okay, there was Alexis that was
I first
working
found
with
out
me,
about
and then
this.
she walked out, and there was no one there when I was cutting her hair.
Alright, so you did not hit her with your cell phone or a cell phone.
No, I hit her with my hand.
You hit her with your hand?
I smacked her
Okay.
against the head with my hand. Yes, I did.
You cut her hair there.
Yes, I did.
You're claiming that you did not use the pipe.
No, that's
Okay.
my f***ing kid.
Okay, and I'm not saying
I'm
that
not
you're
cursing
wrong.
at you. I'm just listening to what you're saying. Like there was no one there, and I know who you're talking to because Monica approached me and said, "Oh my God, you need to pray. You need to stop doing that." And I told her face, "Mind your business."
Okay. So
But no,
it's crazy how I have 2 people that were not Monica call us literally crying about what they just saw. That's why this is all happening.
The officers noted that suspiciously, the footage from 1:55 and 2:20 p.m. had been deleted. Priscilla denied having access to the recordings or being responsible for deleting the only evidence that would support her claims. She also mentioned they may find the child's hair in a vacuum and other specific locations, but she remained adamant that the footage would show the truth and seemed very confident about it. No one knew what truly happened to the recordings, but the officers didn't seem inclined to investigate further, relying instead on statements from 3 witnesses who contradicted everything that Florentino claimed.
So today, you're going to jail for felony child abuse, for battery on LEO, and resisting with violence.
Like 4.
okay. May I ask, how am I going to jail for child abuse if I never abused my kid? Like I'm admitting to you, yes,
So
I
in the
smacked
state
her
of
with my
Florida,
hand.
for domestic violence, if we can determine a primary aggressor, then we have to make physical arrest.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you meant.
This is domestic violence because this is your daughter.
Right.
If I can determine a primary aggressor with the seriousness of the allegations that are being made, I have to do something.
I understand that's your job, but how are you arresting over allegations that you don't even have
Because I have
proof to?
2 eyewitnesses.
But they weren't even there.
Okay, well, it's crazy how someone can describe an incident like they did to a T when I talked to both of them completely separate and their statements are almost identical.
So why don't you talk to your boss? Why don't you go look at the cameras and actually
Because your boss wasn't
sit
there.
there?
Why am I going to talk to someone that's not there?
Because these people don't like me.
Okay.
Don't you think my boss is
if
a
you're
little bit
wondering
more
if I talked to your boss, I
superior
did.
than
And your boss said that he had got a phone call as well from another person who said they had seen you sticking a pipe in your daughter's mouth.
That's why don't you ask my daughter?
Because she doesn't
She's
want to
right,
talk to me.
she's over 12.
Because she wants to protect you. That's
No,
what
she's
it
not.
is.
No, she could speak. Didn't I tell you if you want me, I'll step out of the room so she could feel comfortable talking to you?
She wanted to go in her room to talk to us. We gave her the spiel and listen, tell us what we were to tell us about the function. And she said, nothing. She got my hand, that's it. She's not saying anything.
Because nothing else happened. Like, ask her, did your mom hit you over your head with her hand? Ask her
I
that.
can't force a 12-year-old to talk to me. I'm not going to do that.
There's only certain questions you can ask her.
Okay, but you just clearly said that she said she cut my hair and that was it. Because that's all that was. Like, and you know the reality. All right, let's say what they're saying is true. Why would I stick a pipe in my daughter's mouth in front of people? Like, don't you think those are things that I would wait to do at home?
That's what one would assume.
Well, first of all, I would never do that. And second of all, if that were the case, I would do it at home. I wouldn't do it in front of people, in front of cameras, in front of people. I say, I saw.
Okay. With all due respect, it's not being rude. This is what court is for. Okay. So you're going to jail for those 3 charges that I told you about. And if you feel the need to contest or fight them, then you can take it to court. Okay. That's just where we're at.
Just go and get 2 things situated inside real quick?
Unfortunately, no. You can tell us what needs to be done and we can relay it to whoever that is, to you.
Okay, well, I want to say bye to my son because he has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
I want to say
We'll
thank
bring
you
your
to
son
my
out
daughter for doing all this because I literally got her hair.
Your daughter didn't do a thing.
You know, remember to your boss before the reason for the incident and what was going on with her and the guys, which I still want to talk to you about because they're grown adults. So I'm going to see if we can try to get investigators involved with that. But I'll go.
But everything's on the phone. Everything's on Snap.
Yeah, hear me out. I'm going to talk to you about that. Okay? We're going to work on that. Okay? I'm big on that. All of that. There's a way to work on that. Okay? So right now, besides that, your daughter has nothing to do with it. Okay? Your daughter has no reason to be blamed for this aspect of it. Okay?
This was called in by someone completely...
Yes. She didn't call in. She's not saying, my mom did this, my mom did that.
No, but the reason I cut her hair is because of the decision she made. So now on top of all my responsibility and my I have to deal with more. And guess what? You guys take me. And guess who you leave 2 kids with? Alone. So guess what she's going to keep doing while I'm locked up?
Okay, so who is this?
That's my boyfriend. But guess what she's
Are they okay to stay with your boyfriend, or do you want us to call someone else?
If they don't listen to me, what makes you think they're going to listen to him? If she's sucking behind my back, what makes you think she's going to suck behind his back?
Now, where's her phone at?
Ay, Diosito lindo. So you pretty much, in all the reality, I know you're just doing your job. I get it.
And I don't want
Pretty much just giving her the freedom to go run around tonight. Literally, that's what you're doing. You're giving her the freedom because mommy's not here. And who the is that? That's nobody. And guess what? Mommy's behind bars. So mommy can't come get me. And I'm going to do whatever the I want to do tonight.
Do you want us to call well, we gotta call DCF anyway. DCF has to be notified of the incident. Do you want her to go with DCF?
Take her to DCF. Take her to DCF because I don't just do that. Why do you think there's cameras by her window? Because I'm scared she's going to be going in and out of the window.
So hear me out. Where's her phone?
Priscilla Jocelyn Florentino, age 33, would be arrested on charges of child abuse without bodily harm, assaulting a law enforcement officer, and resisting arrest without violence. She would face prison, probation, or restitution, depending on the severity of her crime and her previous criminal history.